Okay, it's time for our third example. Let's get going. Step 1. Read the example sentence and the sentence with the missing information. So here's the example sentence. There were so many people on the boat that I couldn't get a seat. Here's the key word, crowded. And here is the sentence with the missing information. The boat was nowhere for me to sit. Step 2. Put a line through the duplicate information in both sentences. So if you haven't done so already, write down this question, the example sentence, the keyword, and the sentence with the missing information on a sheet of paper, or write it down on your computer. And then pause the video, pause this video, pause me speaking, and put a line through the duplicate information that you can find in both sentences. And when you've done that, press play, and we'll see which words I put a line through. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. Now I've put a line through the boat in both sentences. This was the only duplicate information that I could find. Step 3. Identify the type of word they give you. Crowded. Is crowded a noun? Is it a verb? Is it an adjective? Is it something different? Pause this video again now and write down what you think. What type of word is crowded? And when you're ready, press play. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. Crowded. Crowded is either an adjective or a verb in the past tense. Okay. Step 4. Is this word, crowded, used in any common collocations, expressions, phrasal verbs, etc.? So pause the video and see if you can write down any collocations, expressions, phrasal verbs using the word crowded. And when you're ready, press play and we'll see what I've written down. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. I couldn't think of any. I couldn't think of any common collocations, expressions, or phrasal verbs with crowded. If you could, well done. If not, don't worry. You're in the same boat as me. Ha ha ha. Boat, just like in the example. Okay. Step 5. Can you use the keyword and the information without a line through in the example sentence to complete the gap? So see if you can use the information we have now to complete the gap. And when you're ready, press play and we'll see what I write. Okay, so hopefully you've written down and completed your example sentence now. This is what I've written down. The boat was so crowded that there was nowhere for me to sit. Step 6. If you're not sure about the answer, and maybe you have a different answer to me, try asking yourself a question using the information you have. So I'm going to ask myself a question based on my completed sentence. You do the same, and you can do it either for my sentence here or for your own sentence. Pause the video, write down a question, excuse me, and when you're ready, press play, and we'll see what question I've written down. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. The question which I'm going to ask myself is, was the boat so crowded that there was nowhere for me to sit? I've created a question, and now step 7, try to answer my question. So was the boat so crowded that there was nowhere for me to sit? Well, there were so many people on the boat that I couldn't get a seat, so yes. Yes. The boat was so crowded that there was nowhere for me to sit. And you'll notice now that our answer actually has the same words as our filled in sentence. The boat was so crowded that there was. Step 8. Can you now put a line through all the remaining information? So pause the video and see if you can put a line through all the remaining information in our sentence and in the example sentence. Are they all duplicate? All these words, can you find them here and here? Doesn't need to be exactly the same words, could be similar words with the same meaning. So pause the video, put a line through all the rest of the information that we now have here and here, and when you're ready, press play, and we'll see what words I have put a line through. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. And we can see I've put a line through pretty much all of the words. And we could even put a line through was and so, because we have were so in the example sentence above. The word on in the sentence above is not in our example sentence, but sometimes there will be a word or two which we don't cross out. But most of the words here are crossed out. We'll have a line through, and that is a good sign. Step number 9. Is the overall meaning of our completed sentence the same as the overall meaning of the example sentence? The boat was so crowded that there was nowhere for me to sit. There were so many people on the boat that I couldn't get a seat. Yes, I think the overall meaning is the same. And step number 10. Make sure the words match each other. The boat was so crowded that there was nowhere for me to sit. Okay, so often when we use the word so in English, it has an adjective after it, and then it has the word that beginning a new clause after it. And we have that here. We have so, and then an adjective, and then the word that with a new clause. The boat is also the same as saying it, and so was is correct, but that was given to us anyway. And nowhere is a singular idea, and so it should be was nowhere. There was nowhere. So that's correct too. And here you have the final completed sentence, and I can tell you that this is the correct answer. Remember, if you have a different answer, you can email that to me or write me a question somewhere in this video course, and I will happily answer that for you and check if your answer is correct or not.